this morning. First, there will be plenty of opportunities to cheer for our graduates and to celebrate their accomplishments. The presentation of the colors is not one of those times. Please be sure that we all show our respect for our flag and honor the men and women who have served and sacrificed for our country. We ask everyone also, out of consideration for the graduates, to please remain where you are until the end of the program. Thank you, and commencement exercises will begin in just a few moments.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As Faculty Marshal, I hereby declare the 60th commencement exercises at Tidewater Community College open. Please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Virginia Commonwealth Challenge Youth Academy as we show our respect for the flag and honor the men and women who have served and sacrificed for our country. The presentation of the colors will be followed by the playing of the national anthem by the Tidewater Concert Band. Please continue standing for the invocation given by Pastor Timothy Perkett Sr. of the Macedonia Church of God in Christ in Portsmouth. Color Guard, please parade the colors.
Will you please bow your heads? God, we thank you for this joyous occasion. We ask that you bless us all and guide our hearts and hands toward the success of this ceremony. Help us to see clearly on this hopeful journey, always to steer right and never swerve from our goals. Give us the strength to sustain us in the arduous and challenging work that lies ahead. Father, give us the strength to overcome the obstacles we shall surely meet and the wisdom to make good use of the opportunities we shall surely find. All this we pray. Amen.
Good morning. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to please honor the work and the inspiration of the graduates for their hard work instead of interrupting the ceremony? I please ask you. On behalf of the Chancellor of Virginia's Community Colleges, the State Board for Community Colleges, the Tidewater Community College Board, and the TCC executive staff, welcome. Before I acknowledge our special guests, I would like to acknowledge you, the TCC graduating class of 2015. Would you all please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. I know I'm going to ask you this question, but I already know the answer. Are you excited to be here? You should be. You have completed an academic journey. For many of you, TCC was the first leg of a journey that will take you to a four-year school, and for many of you, it's the final leg that will advance your career. I am so proud of you and of your achievements. Speaking of achievements, here are a few facts about the class of May 2015. There are 1,729 of you, and 103 of you are receiving more than one credential today. 837 of you are graduating with honors. Fully 60% of you are women, your average age is 31, and you range in age from 17 to 74. Our youngest graduate is 17-year-old Jonessa Richard, who is TCC's first Governor Medallion winner. Jonessa earned an Associate's of Science degree in General Studies while taking dual enrollment courses at Norfolk High School in Portsmouth. She will graduate from Norfolk on June 12th and plans to transfer to Old Dominion University to study biology in the honors program at ODU. I had the pleasure and the honor the other day to award her, or present her with her medallion, and what an inspirational young lady. She started classes at age 14. Congratulations. Our most senior graduate is Lee Mindutkis, who is 74 and already has a bachelor's degree from Virginia Commonwealth University. He is receiving an associate's degree in information systems technology and a certificate in network security. This grandfather of 5 has worked in computers his whole career and knew security is where it's at. He also knows it's never too late to learn new things. Congratulations, Mr. Mindutkis. Now on to our special guests. Please stand as I call your name, and we will applaud all of you at the end. First, I'd like to acknowledge our College Board members in attendance today. Please stand and be recognized. Board Chair John Padgett, Dr. Lee Armistead, Dr. James R. Jackson, Ms. Rebecca Chalmers, Mr. Jared Turner, Dr. Laura Suggs, Mr. John Piscatelli, and Ms. Linda Reidenauer. Please join me in thanking them for their service. Members of TCC's executive staff are in the platform party. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your hard work. I also want to acknowledge the contributions and the dedication and hard work of our faculty and staff who have helped bring our graduates to this moment today. Let's give them a big thank you as well. To families and friends in the audience today, if it weren't for your love and your support of your student, there would have been less time for studies, even more responsibilities to juggle, and more stress. Thank you all for helping make these students successful. I'm also extremely proud that over 13,000 military-affiliated students attended TCC during the 2014-15 school year. That is 33% of TCC's enrollment. If you are a military-affiliated student who is graduating today, please stand and be recognized. That's awesome. Thank you for your service. And thank you for choosing TCC. I would also like to thank Pastor Timothy Perquette, Senior of the Macedonia Church of God in Christ in Portsmouth, for delivering the invocation and benediction. And by the way, Pastor Perquette, I understand that you're one of only 2 courses shy of graduating from TCC yourself. So time for you to buckle down on those studies, join the ranks of TCC alumni, and I look forward to handing you your diploma at the next graduation. And speaking of alumni, I want to take this opportunity to recognize Mr. Garrett Berger, President of the TCC Alumni Association, for all his efforts on behalf of the more than 120,000 TCC alumni worldwide. Graduates, you will be receiving an alumni pin after you cross the stage today, and I encourage you to take advantage of the events and networking opportunities and opportunities to engage with TCC students and TCC alum by the association. Finally, I want to thank the TCC staff who organized these commencement exercises, as well as recognize our new faculty marshal, Mr. Sean Lacroix, Assistant Professor of Economics at our Chesapeake campus and winner of the 2014 Professor of the Year Award. Mr. Lacroix, as he mentioned earlier, has graciously taken over these faculty marshal duties from Ms. Robin Browder, Instructor of English at the Virginia Beach campus, who had been our faculty marshal for many years. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Mr. Frank Dixon. Mr. Dixon is graduating from TCC with a certificate in computer-aided drafting and design 1 year after earning an Associate of Science in Engineering from TCC. He attended both TCC and Old Dominion University this past school year, working toward his Bachelor in Science in Mechanical Engineering with minors in Aerospace Engineering and Modeling and Simulation. Mr. Dixon distinguished himself at the TCC Virginia Beach campus, where he was, where he was president of the Student Government Association for 2 terms, as well as chairman of the college-wide Student Government Federation Council. He is also former president, vice president, and treasurer of TCC's Engineering Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming and commending our student speaker for spring 2015, Mr. Frank Dixon.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Polovani, for giving me the opportunity to speak with you this morning. When I was writing this speech, I wasn't really sure what my story could inspire. But then I realized it's not so much about my story, but rather what I've learned as I was creating it. So I'd like to share a few things that I've picked up along the way. First, don't be bothered with the haters. We've all known people who simply couldn't find anything positive to say. And many of them were the unlikeliest ones. I remember my parents and teachers growing up telling me, "You're wasting your potential," or "You'll never be able to do that, find something else." For most of my childhood, I let these people's words control my thoughts and actions. Even to the point when they told me I wasn't going to graduate high school, I believed them, so I didn't bother applying to college. I was 18, working a low-wage job, barely making ends meet, and it clicked. Who I am has nothing to do with what other people say I am. The second thing I've learned is failing isn't failure. If you try, I can guarantee you at some point you will fail. It's what you do when you fail that will determine whether or not it's a failure. I found myself a few years out of high school selling cars. And, well, I was trying to, and I think I sold 3 cars in the 5 months I worked there. But when I left that job, my head was held high because even though I hadn't been successful, I had still learned something about myself that I could use in my life. The third thing I've learned is always have a couch to crash on. About 10 years ago, I found myself living out of my truck, and a close friend of mine noticed something was going on and asked me what it was. And when I told him, he and his wife graciously offered me use of their couch whenever I wanted it. And that's not to say these people were pushovers. More often than not, they were the first people to tell me when I was being an idiot. But it was that level of kinship that sees us through the tough times and drives us to be better. Finally, eat the food. You can probably guess I like this one a lot. I've traveled overseas a lot in my life, and most of the time when I would go on trips with a group, the people I was with wanted to eat at the closest fast food restaurant. They weren't willing to try anything new. By the end of each trip, our sponsors would always ask me if they could adopt me, and they would tell me it was because I ate whatever they fed me. Well, I realized it wasn't really about the food, but rather that I was willing to experience a part of their culture with a completely open mind. This is an idea that's been reinforced in my time at TCC. Where else but a college campus can you find people of virtually every social, religious, economic, professional background within a 10-minute walk? Where you work or live, I challenge you to seek these experiences out. And if you can't find them there, travel someplace new. Finally, let me leave you with this last thought. This is commencement. It's a beginning. What is it the beginning of for you? As you work to figure that out, take on the challenge of the naysayers. Work to prove them wrong. And when you fall, make sure you have a place to land. And as you're sitting there pondering your next move, grab a bite. Thank you all and congratulations, Class of 2015.
And I was remiss in giving a little gift to our pastor. Thank you, Frank, and congratulations. And now it is my pleasure and honor to introduce our distinguished speaker for this morning, the Honorable Mark R. Warner, United States Senator from Virginia and former Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Senator Warner was elected to the U.S. Senate in November 2008 and serves on the Finance, Banking, Budget, and Intelligence Committees. During his time in the Senate, Senator Warner has established himself as a national leader in efforts to find bipartisan consensus to create balanced solutions to reduce the federal debt and deficit. He has also been a champion for military men and women, their families, and our military veterans. Additionally, Senator Warner is a leader in Congress in efforts to promote private sector innovation and to help our nation's small businesses and startup companies succeed. As Governor of Virginia from 2002 to 2008, he worked in a bipartisan way to turn record budget deficits into a surplus. He also focused on improving public education and expanding economic opportunity in every region of the state. During his tenure, he was also instrumental in initiating the dual enrollment articulation between the Virginia community colleges and the public school system, the same program from which our youngest student graduate today, Janessa Richards, benefited. He recruited 135,000 new jobs to Virginia during his 4-year term. When Governor Warner left office in 2006, Virginia was consistently recognized as the nation's best managed state, the best state for business, and a state offering the best educational opportunities to its young people. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm TCC welcome for Senator Mark Warner.
President Colvani, members of the Board of Visitors, faculty, staff, parents, and most importantly, class of 2015, good morning. You know, it has already been mentioned, but this morning we acknowledge and celebrate the success of over 1,700 graduates of TCC. And if you'll notice, somewhere on one there, this is also the 60th year of TCC. So congratulations, TCC, for 60 years of great success. What you may not know is TCC, with nearly 45,000 students, is the second largest university in the Commonwealth. That's huge. Now, I am very honored to have the opportunity to speak this morning. TCC's motto is, "From here, you can go anywhere." And Frank, your comments, so you're going to hear some of the similar ones from me, but that notion of from here to go anywhere, and she's already been mentioned a couple times, but Janessa Richard, the idea that at 17, she's graduating with an associate's degree before she graduates from high school is a real accomplishment. Congratulations. And one of the things I'm trying to do in college is to make sure that this dual enrollment opportunity expands. And if you can get a Pell Grant and you're eligible for a Pell Grant, why not be able to use that in high school to get a jump start on college? So we hope there's going to be a lot more Janessas going forward. Now, when it comes to delivering commencement speeches, and I've had the opportunity as kind of a governor and senator to do a few, I have learned over the years to take the advice of that famous British statesman, Winston Churchill, who said, "Be sincere, be concise, and be seated." So, like Frank, I want to offer you three quick pieces of advice, and then I'll get out of the way so we can make sure we get to the main event, which is about celebrating your success. Now, I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. And, all right, you can relate. And you know, I realized at that moment, a long time ago, before you were born, who just stood up, young lady, that I was going to have opportunities to do things and go places that my parents could never even imagine. But that first piece of advice is actually the same advice that Frank gave. You got to not be afraid to fail. Now, I know for parents who are thinking about students who are graduating, the notion of failure isn't necessarily something that you want to acknowledge on graduation day. But as somebody who stands before you, as somebody who's been in business and governor and senator, I've probably learned more from failures than I have from success. And that really is what is unique about America. I always remember, I got out of college, then went to law school, decided after a year out of law school that I'd go into business. So I took my life savings, $5,000, invested them in a little energy startup company. I went to work for that company, and in 6 weeks, I helped that company go totally bankrupt. I then went into real estate. Took me 6 months to fail at that. So, Frank, not unlike you, I was at the age of 26, flat broke, living out of my car. But this is back in 1982, and I got a third opportunity. Friends of mine told me about this brand new technology, cellular telephones. All my law school classmates were working at these big fancy law firms, and they all said to me, "Warner, you are so crazy. Go get a real job. Who's going to want a car telephone?" They're still practicing law. I went on to form Nextel and a series of other companies. So that also means I am the only speaker you will ever hear, and especially only politician, that says, even when I'm talking, leave your cell phones on. You know, you hear an annoying sound if they go off, I hear cha-ching, cha-ching. But the remarkable thing about America is, and one of the things that we've got to strive for, is I didn't get one chance, I didn't get two chances, I got 3 shots. And somehow in 2015, we've got to make sure, because we can't guarantee everyone in this country success, but we ought to guarantee everybody that fair shot. And I acknowledge that if I hadn't been a white male with the appropriate education, I might not have gotten 3 shots or 2 shots or 1 shot. And one of the most important things, particularly in 2015, is that regardless, and again, TCEC is the greatest example of the kind of changing face of Virginia and America, we've got to make sure that everybody in America, in Virginia, gets that fair shot. And if you get that fair shot, don't be afraid to fail. Go for it. Never forget that. Second piece. In these changing economic and political times, we need some new thinking. I work in a place that's fairly dysfunctional at this point. I know when you turn on the TV and Congress comes on, you want to throw a shoe at the TV. I feel the same way. I'm inside the TV. But here's what's good. Here's what gets me psyched, and this is obviously a graduating group that ranges from 18 to, I believe, 74. But the vast majority of you, if your average age is 31, are part of what is called the millennials generation. Millennials are 18 to 34-year-olds. And the remarkable thing about the millennials are, they are now the largest age cohort in America. They have pushed me and my people, baby boomers, off the stage. I know. And I'm ready for you to take over. The fact is, 80 million millennials. Within 10 years, they're going to be 75% of the workforce. And the cool thing about the millennials are, they are the least prejudiced, most open-minded generation in American history. They are the generation as well that is comfortable with technology, that's open to disruptive change, that's not willing to kind of just go by the old ways. And for those of us who are involved in public policy and politics, we've got a lot to learn from you because you're confident. You believe that you want to work in firms that do well. You want to be consumers of items that actually are produced by companies that do well. And so what we've got to be thinking about as you take on this leadership is that we do, as well as having responsibilities to ourselves, we still have enormous responsibilities to our community. And that's my second piece of advice. You're graduating during a time when our country's political and policy debates are pretty darn intense. And it's a lot easier to simply turn off the television and say, I don't want to be involved. But when you turn off the television, all you do is you turn the political debate in this country over to the loudest voices on either end of the political extreme. And quite honestly, as somebody who's been a business guy and a political guy, that's not where things get done. So I urge you to participate in our nation's debates, but do it in a respectful manner. Because we're living in a nation today that engages in, frankly, too much confrontation and too little conversation. And too many Americans have become cynical and distrustful of our government. The amazing thing is, you graduates today can access more information on that cell phone in your pocket than your parents or grandparents could access in a whole lifetime. There's more information just in that phone. Yet in this age of iPhones and iPads, it seems like more and more people, particularly in politics, it's harder for them to look beyond the I and to think about the we. We've become, in certain ways, technologically better connected, but in so many ways, at least on the political front, seem to be more divided. Now, don't misunderstand me. Disagreement, rigorous debate about the big issues of the day and the challenges we face is both healthy and appropriate, particularly in a democracy like America's. But we should be able to debate the critical issues that face us as a nation and as a community without questioning each other's faith or commitment or connection to our country. And if there's one thing I can tell you, as somebody who's been involved still in business longer than politics, but politics for a long time, no one in politics, and I mean no one, neither political party has a monopoly on virtue or truth or patriotism. So for America to remain a great nation, we need graduates like yourselves who are willing to be engaged, to be open-minded, to recognize the willingness to step up and take the place of pushing us baby boomers out of the way a little bit, and take that notion of the diversity and the openness to transformative change that will really allow America to continue to be a great nation. Third piece of advice. You can go into that applause there. I was so you're ready to go on that. Now, this is the most important one. And if you listen, I'll sit down pretty quickly. Call your mother. Because the truth is, as you sit here and celebrate class of 2015, if you think about it, it's great what you've done, but you didn't get here alone. You didn't get here alone. So after this ceremony, call your mother, call your father, call your girlfriend, your husband, your brother, your sister. Seek out that special person, whether they're here in this hall or in the community. Seek them out and tell them thank you and tell you love them. Don't tweet it. Don't email it. Actually call or write them a handwritten note and say thank you for helping me get here. See, not so bad. I didn't even give you a full Senate filibuster speech. So remember, don't be afraid to fail. Recognize that in this country, a great challenge and opportunity. It's your country is every bit as much as mine. Be involved in that policy debate. Make sure our country goes forward. And always, always, always remember, call your mother. Congratulations, class of 2015.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, everybody.
It is now my pleasure to call TCC's Vice President for Academic Affairs and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Daniel DeMart, to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Colavani. And now for the main event. Candidates, as I name the credential you have earned, please rise and remain standing. Will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Arts degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Arts degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Associate of Science degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Science degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for a certificate please rise and remain standing? President Colavani, on behalf of the faculty of Tidewater Community College, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for graduation for the 2015 academic year.
By the authority, ladies and gentlemen, I understand your enthusiasm, but please respect your graduates. By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the State Board for Community Colleges, and the Tidewater Community College Board, I do hereby confer upon you the appropriate degree or certificate to which you are entitled. These degrees and certificates are conferred with all their associated privileges and responsibilities. Graduates, I welcome you to the ranks of great men and women educated in the American collegiate tradition. You may now move the tassels on your caps from the right side to the left. As the ultimate symbol in academe that you have successfully completed your academic programs. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating this graduating class of Tidewater Community College. You may be seated, graduates. Campus provosts, Mr. Paget, and Dr. Armistead, please come forward and assist me in making the awards.
Graduates, as you come to the stage, please approach on your assigned side and exit on the opposite side of the stage where you will receive your alumni pins. Out of consideration for your classmates, please remain in your seats until this entire ceremony is concluded. Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts please come forward to receive your diplomas? All other candidates, please be seated. Kiri Christine Boyle. Brittany Nicole Thompson. Casey Graham. Taylor Nicole Zimmerman. Bethany Colleen Nichols. Kara DeLee. Patricia Ann Lopez. Asha Virginia Juma. Hannah Bedwell. Stephanie M. Singer. Melody L. Whitmer. Amber Said Rodriguez. Will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Arts please come forward to receive your diplomas? Helen Gina Connor. Amy Elizabeth Banks. Cindy McLemore. Jennifer Lee Suarez. Megan E. Critch. Olivia A. Pisseritz. Celia Veronica Moore Home. Will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Science please come forward to receive your diplomas? I better take a drink. Gloria Clark Harvey. Janie Perez. Dorsey A. Anderson. Claire A. Hayes. Shelley Annette Jeffrey. Tracy Allen Bruner. Cheryl Lynn Gonzalez. Charday Simone Boggs. Marie M. Asiatico Rios. David Anthony Dallaglio. Lakeisha Copeland Clark. Jasmine Aisha Carey. Vanessa Naranjo. Taylor Michelle Breeden. Karen Lynn Culpepper. Hannah C. Mueller. Cynthia Mayer. Jessica Sacher. Rochelle Ann P. Ancakio. Maria Concepcion Nazareno. Felicitas Santiago Reyes. Dawn Ray Sterling. Bridget Amelia Grant. Stephanie Erin Chaplin. Christine Rose Brown. Deontay Atwanye Carter. Cheryl D. Skinner. Dale C. Blakeney. Anita R. Banks. Marianne Ajande Kazda. Kristen Eckert. Anita Thompson. Ronnie K. Hyatt, Jr. Felicia M. Grantmeyer. Marilyn S. Hauk. Catherine Elizabeth Stellman. Desiree Elena Trilla. Evelyn Y. Pina. Delashay Lacewell. Marcia Richardson. Caroline Jean Arquart. Paul Thomas Johnson. Raul M. Herrera. Nicole Marie Jones. Clifford Ryan Tuning. Tarina Mason Radman. Jamal Alfresia Perry. Alicia Coes Harris. Crystal A. Temple. Elizabeth Ruth Rash. Joshua Christian Merced Achin. Aaron Conkling. Adam J. Baxter. Megan S. Phillips. Lawanda Mukwela Harris Askew. Brandon Reese. Delonte Sawyer. Christopher Lee Simpkins. Jared Highfield. Horace Jefferson Beasley III. Michelle Lynn Hardy. Philip J. Fortuna. Sinise A. Sherman. Lillian Chantel Twyman. Dolores Taylor. Stacy Lee. Corey Hirsch. Joseph L. Banty. Jesse M. Meyer. Matthew John Pixler. Mateus Nielsen. David Lee Beck. Jack Durwood Avery Rittenhouse. Sharifa Joseph. Indy D. McFarland. Ronnie Miller. Valerie Santaful. Judith Marie Coleman. Angela Michelle Pierce. Charlemagne Cherise Cohen. Raina Y. Forbes. Breeze Anna Cross. Misty F. Atanaga. Sarah D. Widener. Mary May Spruill. Antonio Bynum. Robert E. Mackey. John Gregory Connor. Christopher Francis Eckert. Kristen Nicole Martin. Alexandria Santiago. April Lynn Tieford. Katina LaShawn Gus. Valencia Arlene Roos. Christy L. Gibson. Stephanie Yvette Smith. Latasha Katrina Selby. Fredora Joyner. Everett L. Fabio. Wendy Bullock. Letitia Cherie Edmond. Alice R. Pender. Robin Lenita Lott.
Ida Teresa Parker. Carla Cook Tillman. Stephen Michael Boone. Crystal Longhorn. Michelle Lindsay Muse. Aubrey Ann Espot. Denisa Villa Arrail. Suzanne Cam May. Kimberly McCutcheon O'Brien. Stacy Marie Willoughby. Carolyn Ann Lacey. Anna Elizabeth Sweeney. Sarah Hedquist. LaTanya Phillips. Sharon Chavels. Thank you. Kristen O. Jones. Michelle Marie Ladal. Victoria R. Thomas. Shantae Dozier. Kimberly Hughes. Morgan Avery Sadler. Desi Lynn Moore. Your card, ma'am? Thank you. Thank you. Doris Curtis. What's that? Michelle Jones. Tony D. Jefferson. Felicia Pamela Marcus Williams. Cynthia Yvette Goodman. Arthur Jones. Anne-Marie Christine Dawson. Kristen M. Collin. Erica Deborah Ellis. Mercy Zinsu. Florence A. Philippi. Preston O. Brown. Carmelita Jolene Andrews. Keisha Latonya Weish. Evelyn N. Henslin. Jennifer Lee Purcell. Teresa Frentress. Lakeisha Shanette Harris. Tisha I. Duncan. Okay. Antonia Perkins. What's that again? Trinelia O. Owens. Okay. Elodie Adar. Sorry about that. Rex Cruz Ocampo. What's that again? Travion Williams. I'm probably not going to get that. What's the first? Raheen H. Curry. Tequila S. Bazemore. Contrell Lionel Johnson. Jasmine Jashay Wynn. Rhonda Lynn Thomas. Lashana J. Griffin. Verdelia C. McGee. Glenda Anderson Bion. Ruth Garver. Marvette Lynette Dillard. Kimberly Antoinette Aline. Courtney Webb. Kimberly Chevelle Mitchell. Ciara Noel Williams. Crystal A. Esposito. William Ann McClenny. Siobhan E. Daniels. Ethiopia S. Neal. Fernita Vachel. Sarita N. Briggs Turner. Karen Danielle Edwards. Rebecca Paschke. P. Patricia Daniels. Sharice Yvonne Hargrove. Alfonso L. Copeland. Crystal D. Copeland. Brenda Smith Blake. Sonia K. Bushke. Yolanda Stoner. Clinton Peterson Kolish, Jr. Joshua David David. Kathleen Berry. Kristen Marie Campbell. Sorry about that. Melissa Ann Sherbello. Lindsay Page Mariana. Ben Joseph Dalio. Taylor Sebastian Stedeker. Taylor Joseph Black. Jeremy Lamar Watt. Tanya Kim Blaine. Danielle Brianne Stagg. Christian Downing. Lorraine Jade Liedman. LaQuinta Devon Moore. Cherise Simone Cherry. Shante Kiritan. Lanisha C. German. Sheila K. Keller. Tanisha L. Sutton. Crystal Ashley Wiggins. Carlitia M. Jenkins. Kyla Marie Wittersham. Monica M. Mosley. Sonia H. Taylor. Natasha R. Church. Joey Ann Harris. What's that? Haas. Jamie Lynn Haas. Jerome Nathaniel Austin Jr. Mager Ednan Hotzel. Susan Marie Michaels. Leander McCondius. Anthony J. Lesko. Monica Atkins. Paulette Nicole Hobbs. Scott Richard Carlson. Mickey Yvonne Banjnight. Michelle Jones Cox. Cynthia Everett Artis. Kalina T. Torres. Matthew Russell. Linda Harris Perfecto. Sharika Monique Johnson. Charlie Laurie Dearborn. Ashley Ann Ray. Kristen Elaine Forsyth. Melissa R. Irwin. Dawn Michelle Booker. Jessica Marie Laidlaw. Ciara D. Damalo. Danica Yoshita. David August Perk Jr. Rachris Bastista. Cameron M. Winfrey. Lusan Waltz. Jeffrey Scott Garrison. Kathleen H. Harpster. Nicole L. LaCrochelle. Amber Rose Wagner. Daniel John Wilson. Wayne Littell Jones. Ellen Meredith Goki. Kathleen Palkar Kamarna. Sorry about that. Ayashun Morris. Got it. Michelle M. Mahan. Anthony Richardson. Wilfredo Vargas Jr., Tawana Spurrell. What's that? Shara Belen. Leslie Ann Velez. Christina Woodley. Jasmine D. Carter. Diane E. Clark. Jeru DeMichael Shrugs. James Edward Glover. Ernest E. McCurk Jr. Sorry about that. Kurt Deante Codwell. Tanzania Brittany Smith. Derek P. Rowland. Noel Rodriguez. Jennifer A. McQueen. Christine Leanne Nichols. Kian L. Young. Anthony A. Ruffin. Rakisha Marita Jones. Stephen O. Chicago. Christopher Lance Orr. Todd A. Ramison. Michael J. Jones Sr. Michael Collin. Elma Y. Sherlero. Shirley Marie Hill. Jamie Brown. Brian Ruvain Brown. Arthur Jerome White Jr. Sharice Pinnock. Tracy A. Curson. Hannah Elizabeth Cooper. Andreen Joy Alper. Tyler Zock. Ronald C. Brown. Peter Nose. What's the last name? Christopher Basmasian. Andrea Brentley Nelson. Lisa D. Green. Rosa L. Bird. Felicia F. Billings. Devin Howell. Norma McDonough Rowland. Tanisha Nicole Johnson. Brooke Lee Caro. Regina Brannon. Stephanie Renee Alexander. Monica Blanco. Carrie M. Kunka. Sakia Stratton. Jaquita A. Hare. Is your last name Felitas? Okay. Forche Felitas. Liana Denise Cruz Bentoncourt. Margie A. Navidad. Ivy G. Garcia. Angela Laquita Williams. Estella W. Kumi. Aziz Adebayo. What's that? Abia Du Alinga. Kimberly Trebarg. Cheryl Abdul Rahim. Veronica Sarkola. Anita Stewart. Catherine Victoria Ray. Shunette Howard. Colette Johnston. Rebecca A. Straightrun. Cassandra R. Cooker. Kristen L. Harrison. Nikita R. Taylor. Angela R. Walton. Ayana L.K. Bolton. Tristan Brittany Stocks. Amy Nicole Carvalho. Gina Lee Smith. Melanie Sue Lorenzo. Ebony M. Cooper. Sheila Ann Pierce. Bryna Ann Bell. Donna Marie Reed. Debbie Ann Richardson. Mark Satterfield. Jeffrey Lee Hancock. J. Allen Cuffey. Brian A. Adams. Rebecca Lynn Lewis. Kristen N. Bolton. Sarah Basset. Joshua Kassan. Jefferson S. Diongo. John J. Marks, Jr. And Tawanda Yvette Coldfield.
All right, will the candidates for certificate please come forward to receive your diplomas? Yeah, wait for them to come up. Frank W. Dixon III. Angel Lewis Barrios, Jr. Tara L. Benson. Erica N. Wilson. Anlisean Danielle Faison. Tiffany Ann Boyd. Tamonia Bernard Thomas III. Jane Detra Mason. Dolores Lusa Palma. Katrina Kusan Gamboa. Gloria D. Flora. Phyllis Elaine Hurdle. Jacqueline A. Bradshaw. Stephen Andrew Milam. Louis T. Browning, Jr. Stephen M. Clapp. Anthony D. Davis. Carolyn Johnson. Joyce P. McDonald. Cecil T. Jenkins, Jr. Michael Lamont Rogers. Eric Stephen Baines. Pamela Sidney Wolf. Virgie L. Little. Casey Jean Faliki. Emily Ruth Boyer. Alexandria Van Streeter. Veda Michelle Morse. Kaylee Don Kerr. Cass DeWitt. Emily Grace Womack. That's all right. Shantori E. Wood. Jerisa Jackson Levere. Zachary M. DeBias. Dominic Saunders. Janine Nicole Slusher. Hey, how you doing? All right. Terrace J. Hoyle. Simone Donata Scott. Marionette Lynna Smith. Carly Therese Slocum Ortiz. Elwood H. Canary. Victoria J. Flitton. Delise A. Race. Stacy M. McCoy. Cheryl K. Jones. Raekwon Branch. Ellen Louise Howard. Kendra Mason. Tennille S. Copeland. Sharon P. Majette. Christopher Hart. Marquita Chantrice Berger. Roxanne H. Singleton. Jasmine Michelle Lynn Gaines. Sean Patrick McBride. Emerson B. White. Yohani Senko. Christian Crawley Hawkins. James Christopher Hill. Grover Elton McIntyre. Lance Johnson. Nayarda Latrice Booker. Jennifer L. Lilbond. John Alamo. Will the candidates for the Associate of Science please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas? How are you holding up? Travis Allen Umstott. Brian Matthew Wiley. Donald Arthur McKellick. Brian C. Jones. Daniel Lee Whitby. Jessica Marie Ramirez. Dean Vo. Marissa Donche Spence. Uniqua Marie Randall. Aaron Lee Phillips. Benjamin Weatherford. Catherine Elizabeth Repko. Jada Cherie Townsend. Teresa Kohler Fonehauer. Natasha M. Velasquez. Juliana Ray Wynett. Laura Elizabeth Ramsey Parker. John Otis Carrington. Morgan Fix. Jasmine Yvonne Pichardo. Chase Smith. Kevin Scott Downey. Brandon Devont Williams. Marie Mae Tenorio. Kevin Douglas Barron. Brian Joseph Mack. Alexis Eileen Dollar. Danae N. Daly. James Robert Wright. Joseph Alexander Walker IV. Kelly Rose Connolly. Nicole E. Lavender. Jonna Rose Ganaban. Julia Lynn Roberts. Thornell Antonio Mayo III. Karen Long Turner. Charlisha Kofa. Lianza Marie Camp. Altamar Tamik Williams I. Megan Elizabeth Boucher. Sharita L. Dillard. Melanie Roxanne Murphy Edmonds. Heidi Brinker. Michelle Douglas. Asia Carlina Bresa. Zada Rochelle Slaughter. Jate Rochelle Slaughter. Diamond Conche Carter. Jalen Bertrand Selby. Destiny Ronche Howard. Lisa Sharon Jackson. Natasha N. Godfrey. Jordan Michelle Lum. Kelsey Marie Warren. Kayla I. White. Jeffrey Douglas Greer. Got it. Joshua Ainge. Lorena Xavier Mande Zabru. Kimber Lynette Sharp. Ingrid E. McGowan. McCann Poole Boyd. Gerline Barshon Pitima. Elizabeth Marie Akers. Megan Haggerty. Regina A. Johnson. Jade Foley. Jennifer Darden. Shanice Monique Smith. Jasmine Marie Ritchie. Samuel Lee Scheffler. Danielle N. Fogg. Tyler Jordan Ridgway. Heidi Elaine Kolasarek. Zachary Ryan Precythe. Regina Michelle Lieberman. Taylor Steele. Deborah Lynn Hall. Desiree Catrell Scott. Shara Rochelle Coughlin. Randy D. Hartley. Lisa S. Rhodes. Kiera Kenesha Saunders. Ashlyn Nicole Nolf. Christian Marie Hadley. Wesley Kyle Rose. Detrice Tillman Phillips. Kenneth Moody III. Daryl A. Castillo. Siwano B. Yoro. Anas Tamara. Marvette Love Gollop. Jasmine Monet Jackson. Wesley W. Drake. Nancy Soon Thonchu. Tashiana Kiera Jones. Tiffany Jean Horton. Torrey Stewart. Alexandra Biancova.
Alyssa Marie Saunders. Katie Marie Alif. Sharika Renee Greenidge. Melissa Pruden Walker. Kathy Pulani Casina. Ramon O. Venus Jr. Catherine Eva Grombo. Rachel Rudiger. Susan Marie Lee. Brian Christopher Donovan. Crystal Olive Price. Bruce Elliott Smith II. Melanie Ortiz Ibarra. Eric Jones. Michael David Oskowski. Andrea Bryce Mathopoulos McCall. Danielle Marie McClin. Evan Bowers. Jacob A. Haver. Alicia Brianna Barr. Raynell Jasmine King. Marcus Smith. Teddy R. Zador. Whitney S. Walsh. Isaac Thomas. Daisha K. Hines. Tishay Winfield. Gia Heck. Thomas Floyd Babcock. Heather Burnham. Haley Gray. Kristen Andrews. Lindsay Ann Jusinski. Brandy C. Dudley. Maria J. Grant. Alina Thorenson. Denisha Lynette Forbes. Siobhan McFarlane. Arlene F. Pace. Camille Ilagzaga. Delmecia Matria Elliott. Michelle Denise Williams. Rebecca Jennifer Britton. Ashley Petard. Casey Kaminsky. Jordan Elizabeth Lavasser. Brittany Charlene Mitchell. Philip Alexander Wilson. Amanda Lee Perfecto. Blair Nicole Lyon. Katarina Anderson. Laura Caitlin Smith. Ashley Diane Mahelko. Will Strayhorn. Kaylin Brooke Drumiller. Sarah Nicole Foreman. Joseph Eduardo Mills. Latanya Nike Vinson. Aaron M. Wallace. Brianna Parnell. Priscilla Raynell McCrary. Wendy B. Ankofoski. Sandra M. Burton. Janice Labra Bacani. Christian Chase Verlick. Heather Marie Clark. Holly Simone Murphy. Francisca Judith Arrez. Joanna Estrada Moran. Glenn A. Moran. Sophia Y. Fedostorova. Rebecca Hill. Sharon M. Long. Rebecca S. Shepard. Shelby Mountain. Robert Lee Mackley III. William J. Powell. Rins Danton N. Magabat. Ana Maria Ortega. Aaliyah May Kasi. Yves Warren Salivar. Zachary Blankenship. Seth David Campbell. Fatima M. Arakat. Lena Elliott. Terry Zach Elliott. Marjorie Elizabeth Lambert. James John Capasso. Amanda Lynn Kippy. Amanda Catherine Crandall. Richard A. Taylor. Kiese Kabubude Kilande. Siobhan T. Gray. Shante L. Deloach. Dakia Lloyd. Courtney K. Spalding. Kobe Harper. Stephen Christopher Ware. Janessa Richard. Denise P. Christensen. Danielle Nicole Benton. Paige Nicole Lattimore. Tina Catherine Keith. Violet Alaban. Alexander Belter. Stephanie Andrea Guzman. Bradley E. Moore. Desiree Johnson. Adam Brantley O'Brien. Alexandra Justice Bosch. Nariana Barianzo Santiago. Antoinette Marie Griffin. Stephanie McLaughlin. Samantha Ariana White. Catherine Lorraine Eicher. Suzanne Werner Bosevsky. Kelly L. Albersi. Robert Todd Reiser, Jr. Lee C. Ruffin. Kaylee M. Rollerson. Benjamin Alamon. Joseph Anthony Whiteside. Mary L. Bullock. Taryn L. Terry. Catherine Laura Froberg. Gina Nicole Boyd. Stephen Rashad Kearney. Corey Lee Rose. Natasha R. Lowe. Kenya Gibbs. Andrew Cruz Cortez. Marquise Butler Yates. Alicia L. Gordon. Brittany Bianca Dennis. Kendra Monique Jackson. Deja Sabria Norman. Heather Parker. Jessica Sopigo. Kimberly Bryant. Erin Virginia Harris. Dana Ann Campbell. Donna Gray. Brianna Lee Weary. Dana Bouchon. James David Nordike. Dolan Mason. Jakari Ransom Diggs. Logan Gabrielle Burton. Melissa Radford. Jay Yoon. Christiana Klontz. Katharina Nako. Mercedes Angelica Jean Williams. Gloria Boban. Ashley Nicole Wright. Kimberly Casimiro Bastista. Travis Christopher Reed. Alexandra M. Cook. Evangeline Leela Henniger. Donna Marlene Doré. Dominique Turns. Christy L. Cavender. Heather Wheeler. Tiara Marie Millette. Stephen Ray Ange Jr. Madeline Labor White. Brent Jordan Tomovic. Rachel Chandler Titus. Hannah Gill. Elizabeth Joy Fairchild. Riley Walker. Amber Renee Williams. Rachel Lee Fung. Albert Wayne Carter Jr. William R. Bolden. Maurice Luther Ferocious Johnson. Tanisha Marie Monroe. Jana L. Cross Burton. Kirsten Marie Moxie. Corey Kaiser Venerd. Riley Alvin Villaroman Ramos. Katie Roca. Sean Jermaine Brickhouse. Riza Farsi. Jennifer D. Ricky. Stephanie Cassandra McKenzie. Rebecca Lynn Warren. Tyler Clayton McHenry. Mary Frances McBride. And Paige E. F. Lucas. Erica Renee Artis. Stephen Aaron Turner. Alexandra Don Sokolsky. Ryan Akil Watson. Matthew David Creechman. Mallory Christine Thompson. Angela Nicole Hernandez. Robin Moran. Kovan D. Bradley. Ruth Alice DeCarmo. Kenitra D. Speller. Sheena Marie Marirez Dumalak. Robert James Norris. Rochelle Kratisha Chappell. Shia Michelle Hatchett. Beatrice Rose. Alexandra J. Lazaro. Chelsea Bly. Anna Denise Barreau. Lindsay Pomerank. Lindsay R. Rice. Terrence L. Hall.
All right. Congratulations, class, May of 2015. May you remember this moment forever and keep TCC as your alma mater in mind, and remember the senator's advice, call your mother. As this commencement draws to a close, I want to thank the Tidewater Concert Band under the direction of Chris Serrano. Graduates and their guests are invited to join us for a reception on the second floor concourse. And now please stand as Pastor Perquette comes to the podium to deliver the benediction, followed by the closing of the ceremony by Faculty Marshal Lacroix.
God, we thank you for this amazing day. As these graduates settle down, Lord, never allow them to forget each of the days granted to each of them. Indeed, amazing, filled with wonder and the wonder of opportunity. Let them approach each challenge with freshness and of spirit. Give them the wit to respond with the agility to meet all crises and to use all opportunities to benefit our communities and build our future. Please give them the wisdom and the vision to plan adequately and act correctly to achieve better health and greater happiness. Lastly, Father, we ask that you bless these 2015 graduates with grace and courage to make the many difficult decisions that are necessary, infuse in them a spirit of enthusiasm, joy, and a continual freshness. Please give them the skill and compassion to impart this spirit into our generations to come, to instill in them a joy and knowledge and intellectual achievement, humbly and in goodwill. God, we ask of you all this. Amen.
I now declare the 60th commencement exercises of Tidewater Community College closed. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, please remain in place until after the president and the platform party, as well as the faculty, have exited the hall. Aisle guides will dismiss you by row, beginning with the rows closest to the stage.